What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope you guys are doing well. The New York Knicks just came out victorious up against the Chicago Bulls, 113-94 at Madison Square Garden, and a lot was at stake. You think about the tough road trip coming up, playing the Phoenix Suns, playing the Los Angeles Clippers, a very tough schedule. We have the Rockets coming up at our next game, actually, starting off when it comes to the road trip. This was our last game when it came to the homestand. We just beat the Chicago Bulls, and also the Atlanta Hawks got mollywopped without Trae Young, of course, so now we're alone when it comes to that fourth seed. I'm not going to get cocky. I understand Trae Young was out, a big crucial part of their offense and just overall team when it comes to facilitating, playmaking. We know how he really changes that basketball club, and it was a great pick by the Atlanta Hawks, of course. But yeah, we definitely have to keep that in mind, and we're not locked in when it comes to that fourth slot, but we are locked in that we can't go out like of the play-in, so we kind of are locked in into the playoffs in a way, or at least locked in up until like the 10th slot, if you know what I mean. But this was a game you definitely had to win. Was it in the fashion I wanted? It was kind of an ugly win in a way. The score does not dictate how this game really resulted in a way. It resulted in how it was down the stretch, that's all that matters to me. I wanted the win. I'm happy about that, but we should have put this team away a long time ago, from the beginning. I get it, they have no Zach LaVine. Or I get it, of course, they have Kobe White, they have Vucevic, they have Lauri Markkanen, but those guys have been inconsistent, they've been inefficient, except, of course, Nikola Vucevic over there. They had their ups and downs, and I get it, this is a team that just came off of an upset up against the Miami Heat as well, but no Zach LaVine, especially the lead you had on this team earlier. It looks like they have no offensive sets, no structure. It just looked abysmal. They looked abysmal on both ends of the basketball. So to start off in this game, we started off really strong. At one point, we were up 18 points. Just starting off, just everyone played well. RJ, Payton, Bullock, Randall, Noel. Everyone was just showing their capability on the defense side of the basketball, the offense side of the basketball. We were absolutely destroying them. The Bulls couldn't buy a bucket. Whoever it was out there on the basketball court, we were keeping everyone in check. And I was like, okay, this is going to be a beautiful game. If you thought that, you're not a Knicks fan, because it is never a beautiful game. You may come out with a W, but it's not going to be in the easy fashion that it should have been. You're not this isn't the Warriors team when they had Kevin Durant, Curry, and Klay Thompson. When you're up 20, the game is not over. It's going to end up being a dogfight. But I thought everyone played well when it came to the first quarter. Of course, the bench did not check in because we know Tom Thibodeau, or at least I believe they checked in a little bit at the end. I can't remember. I'm filming this video 3 times because my storage ran out. But yeah, I thought everyone played well when it came to that first quarter of action. The bench was definitely a big time concern. Only 4 bench points in the first half of this basketball game. But getting into the second quarter, that's where it's at. That's where the rare turnovers occurred. Just getting beat back door. Yeah, RJ Barrett, his numbers, he ended up actually finishing really strong in this game. He had his 22 points. He had a well-balanced night, rebounds, assists, but he was atrocious defensively, in my opinion, leaving guys wide open, getting beat back door. But he is 20 years old. He has ways to really work on that when it comes to his stance, his technique, really looking at film and knowing when someone's going to cut back door. But he was just absolutely getting murdered. We weren't getting timely points. We weren't getting rebounds. There was even one possession, or after the possession, RJ Barrett got cut back door for the second time, or just beat back door. Tom Thibodeau just ripped into RJ. He just absolutely ripped into RJ, and this is what we love about RJ. He loves tough coaching. Same thing with a guy of Julius Randle, and RJ responded from that the perfect way. He's not afraid. He takes it straight to the cup. He really did. Not like he had 0 points. He was scoring the ball. It was just that he was making kind of dumb decisions, and he just wasn't playing disciplined basketball when it came to defense, in my opinion. If it's leaving a Markkanen even open at the end of games as well, he still has ways to go when it comes to communicating on defense, or not even just communicating, just knowing where to be on the floor. But he's 20 years old. It's only his second year, so I'm not going to get that much on him. But what really summed up the second quarter was actually when the Bulls were going on a run. Vucevic was killing us. Markkanen comes off the bench, drills a 3. We know what this team is capable of against us. Of course, Kobe White was a Knicks killer that one game. Vucevic, they just have some really unorthodox, Knicks killers for sure. You know how the New York Knicks go, but Lauri Markkanen and freaking Vucevic, those guys absolutely kill the Knicks. For whatever reason, it's just how it is. At one point, again, this was an 18-point lead, which only lasted for 7 minutes. They cut it to a 4-point game, and I was like, okay, just what is going on here? We know the Knicks and how this happens, but you just can't let this happen. You just can't. I really thought we are gonna get a commanding victory in a way because it is the Knicks. So after Ryan Arkin and Nakano, I can never pronounce his name, missed both free throws, There was no communication. Nerlens Noel, Julius Randle both went up for the rebound, and it was knocked out of bounds like on both of them. And I was like, okay, that just summed up the first half. I believe Thibodeau got a tech in the first half. There was a lot of techs to go around. Players got techs. Both the coaches got techs. It was just that's just how it was. It was a sloppy basketball game, and the Knicks really the score doesn't dictate like really how this game went. But yeah, in the second quarter, they were really getting close, and eventually the Knicks went on a run. Randall was starting to do his thing. RJ started to get back into the flow of things. Players were producing except the bench. They really outscored us when it came to the bench. Like it was like plus 10, something like that. Again, we had 4 points when it came to the bench in that first half. Because we already know Thibs was done. When you saw Obi wasn't rebounding, when he just saw overall nothing was getting going when it came to that second unit whatsoever. I can't wait to see what's going to happen when Alec Burks comes back, maybe potentially for that Houston Rockets game, because that's when I believe he's going to make his debut back for sure. But that second unit did not play good. The Bulls were rolling offensively. Before you know, it's a 4-point game. They almost had a chance to take a lead, but eventually luckily they missed some free throws. Like we were going on runs. Like it looked like at one point we went on an 11-point like run, but then the Bulls came back. We weren't like making stops at getting stops at one point, knocking down shots outside on the perimeter. You know how it goes. How could I forget Garrett Temple? He was working down the lane. He was knocking down, like, I believe he banked 1-3. Like, it's just like he killed us he's killed us like ever since the Wizards days. But yes, it was just really sloppy. I was like, oh, we're up 18. Now it's only a 4-point game at halftime. Like, what's going on here? I really thought that was like a wake-up call after the blunders by RJ. It was a wake-up call. Same thing with Randall and Noel, but the Bulls were just answering, hitting tough shots. Vucevic just rebounding the ball. We couldn't crash the glass as well as like Noel did for like his size. Like, he's not going to be the best of guarding the perimeter and really containing Vucevic on the outside. But gosh, he was amazing when it came to defending the paint. I believe he had like 4 or 5 blocks. We know he's top 5 when it comes to shot blocking in the NBA. I really hope we bring him back. But it just seemed like we were underestimating our opponent. It seemed like this game was over. We put the starters on the bench. Second unit came in. Looked like they had too much fun, or it looked like they didn't know what a basketball was. But yeah, heading into the second half of this game, I thought we were going to get off to a really good start. I thought we were going to put them away. Reggie Bullock got going. RJ Barrett pulled up from mid-range territory off the dribble. Yeah, it looked good. It really did look good. But the Vucevic show happened once again, hitting shots from downtown, posting up, hook shot in his arsenal. I just gotta say this right now. We know how underrated Vucevic is, but he has the softest touch as a big man. It is unbelievable. He looks like a guard with that touch near the basket. But yes, it was Vucevic. It was Kobe White. Before you know it, it's a 1-point game. Before you know it, they take the lead. It was just absolutely atrocious, but we just love that this isn't a Fizdale team. When after we blow a lead and the other team takes the lead, we don't fold, we don't lay down and die, we continue to fight. RJ Barrett, I thought, played solid in the second half. That's what we love about RJ. He overcomes adversity. I thought Julius Randle played well. I thought Nerlens Noel played like an absolute beast when it came to the paint. And the bench still really wasn't getting anything going. I believe D Rose's first field goal came in the third quarter, who's been absolutely amazing this season. But the fourth quarter is where it's at. The fourth quarter was so much fun to watch. Emmanuel quickly, bang, 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 killing it from downtown, teardrop, drawing contact. He literally kind of put the Knicks on his back, or really gave them that spark, or gave them that comfortable lead when it came to that fourth quarter. Derrick Rose doing a really good job facilitating, getting buckets, throwing it up to Obi in transition, throwing it down. Obi's second chance point. He was hanging in the air. He was like, okay, that's not going. I'm going to hang in the air for another second like a Skywalker, and I'm going to throw it down. I just love the energy. I love the way Taj Gibson crashed the glass. He had 4 rebounds in that like 5 minutes of action when it came to the fourth quarter. He was playing solid defense. I love the way we played in the fourth quarter. I almost cried when Jared Harper came in at the end of the game. But Julius Randle, I believe this is his 12th game of having 30-plus points. RJ Barrett had 22 points. Hit a big-time 3. Bullock hit a big-time 3 as well. It went Bullock first, and then it was RJ from the corner. Bullock was on the left wing. And then Randle, step back 3, looking like LeBron James with this weird step back, knocking it down from the outside. Jared Harper came in, and he got a shot attempt. Was that his first shot attempt as a New York Knick? Maybe it was, but it was so much fun to watch. Randle bullying his way to the basket. Eventually, we won by 10-plus points. Our defense was lights out in the fourth quarter, keeping Vucevic in check. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. And as always, guys, have a humble day or night. Peace out, y'all.